So, keep it.
No, it does, I'll change it. What is it?
VRCKI.
It's been on for 2 years. So. No, I'll change it.
Actually, I could have picked her.
Go.
Score for Stocksbridge. Score for Stocksbridge, number 10, Oliver Greslak. Scored for Stocksbridge, 16, João Silva. Thank you very much for your support. Don't forget we're here back again on Saturday, and that is against Garforth Town. And all the best to Kiverton Man as well for the rest of the season.
Great to Kiverton, they kept going right to the end. Great to them that they kept it. A footballing match, they didn't try and kick us off the park, they didn't try and play up, they still trying to play the right way. So great to Kiverton to come here and do that. In terms of us, I thought we were excellent tonight. Made a few changes, gave lads opportunities to start, and they had a huge impact on that. First half, the goal scored didn't reflect the dominance that we had. I think we had over 15 shots and we only scored 2, and we didn't attack with enough conviction, and we didn't probably commit enough players into the box on crosses. But the performance was excellent. We moved the ball really well with real purpose and at a high tempo. Second half, we picked up where we left off, but we were committing players further forward. We were closer together, higher up the pitch, and we got rewards for it. And again, we've had over 20 shots in that second half, and fortunately converted 4 and got the scoreline to reflect the dominance.
spoke earlier on. Don't mind now.
No, it does, I'll change it. What is it?
VRCKI.
Been with it for 2 years.
Hello and welcome to Brackenmore for this Northern Premier League East match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Garforth Town. I'm your commentator Adam Allcroft for this crucial league match in the early stage of the season. The Steels got famous last Saturday for a brilliant comeback. 88 minutes gone, 2-0 down to Wythenshawe Town in the FA Trophy. 2 late goals, Jack Haslam, Elliot Owen, and then a penalty shootout win saw the Steels go through in dramatic fashion. Meanwhile, Garforth were going through their own incredible comeback. Sheffield FC, under their new manager Jamie Yates, couldn't have started better. In 20 minutes they were 3-0 up, but ascending off Sheffield FC, the former Steel Jack Dolman got given his marching orders, and Garforth Town came back and in the last kick of the game won it 4-3. So this is 2 teams with an incredible mental resolve and incredible spirit going off to take on each other. So we can say for one thing for certain, this game is going to go down to the final kick of the game. Garforth are famous in non-league circles for some of the players they've had. Most famously in the early 2000s, Socrates turned out for this team in an act that has gone down in non-league folklore, coming on as a second half substitution for a cameo against Tadcaster Albion. They also had former Manchester United man Lee Sharp that season. Yeah, now it's a very different Garforth side, a side that were promoted from the Northern Counties through the playoffs last year, the first team to come through their new system of promotion from that league, and have had a brilliant start to life in the Northern Premier League and are now, I'd say, dark horses for promotion. Anyway, we'll go through the teams for you now. So we'll start with Stocksbridge. Ben Townsend in goal for the Steels, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggulden, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alex Hardwick, Jack Haslam and João Silva. On the bench is Alex Phillipson, Jordan Lemon, Ash Butterworth, Oliver Gerejlak and Dan Hernandez. So for Garforth now it's Harry Flatters in goal, then Ryan Ijupi, Max Tweddle, Matt Savage, Harry Viggers, Jamie Barkway, Charlie Marshall, the brother of Tommy Marshall, our player is out with injury still, Dan Coupland, Jordan Emery, Joe Smith and Matt Ancliffe. The benches Dexter Ball, James Burgess, Steve Jeff, Joe Zealand and Alex Zachrew. Harry Garman completed a move to Gould AFC earlier and is featuring for them, hence his disappearance. I think he is reserves. So we are just waiting for our referee Abdul Hakimi to give us the okay. Here we go. So Garforth get under the way in the blue shirt, yellow shorts, yellow socks, going from right to left, while Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirts, blue shorts going left to right. Mirror image of each other today in an interesting to be okayed kick clash. I'm not sure the colour-blind among us would be too happy with this one. But Steels on the ball now. Iggulden making his first league start for the Steels. He just gives it sideways to Elliot Owen. The Steels look to probe. Long ball forward looking for Haslam. Knocks it back into midfield to O'Connor. Now sideways to Charlesworth. Clips it over the top looking for Haslam. Falling a bit short. Knocked away to Tweddle, who tries to play back in defence. It's a bit of a problem for Garforth, and Haslam blocks the clearance. Goes out for a throw in really near the corner flag. We will, of course, keep you up to date with the score lines across our league and elsewhere. There's already a goal in the Premier League. Brentford are leading against West Ham. Brian Mbeumo has scored for the Bees. So it's just this throw-in, which is now taken by Garforth, and will be flicked on by Emery and went to midfield, but Deakin wins it, lofts one into the box, which will go harmless to keeper, and Hardwick has left one late on Flatters and could see himself in the book very, very early on. I think he's going to get a bit of a let-off. Oh no, he's going to get summoned over. This could be a record for the quickest yellow card in Steel's history. Just a minute in. No card actually has been given to Hardwick, but I think one where he may have been given one had it taken on later on in the game. Hello, Paul Turner saying, listening in Departure Lounge, Terminal 3, waiting to go to Berlin, come to Come on, Steels. Glad to have you listening, Paul. Hope you enjoy your trip to Berlin. Ball going long. Goes over the top of Charlie Marshall. Tommy Marshall told me it was his brother. That was all the way back at the Sheffield FC game. Not sure it's true. There's not much family resemblance if there is. As it's back now with Eagledon. Gets it over to Owen. Eagledon now in free form of the partnership. They started against Kiverton. Miners Welfare at 6-0 win on Tuesday night. Ball is with Eagledon into the middle to Deakin. Goes back a touch and then over to Owen. Sideways now to Tinker. Gets his first touches of the game. Now back to Owen, and Owen will send it long. Hardwick's going to look to hold this up. He does get it headed beyond, and Haslam's trying to get onto it, but collected well. The edge of the box was Flatters. Host Allcroft saying travelling in camp fan to a show. Listening, come on Steels, as Eagledon clears that one away. Hardwick then flicks it on. No one's ready for it though. No one thought Hardwick's going to win that, and just goes back to Flatters. Now in the defence, it's with Barkway. Barkway's passing from Garforth in their own box at the moment. Forward into the midfield it goes for Garforth, and Deakin jostling for the ball, but out to... He's been forced a bit of a cul-de-sac by pressure from Charles Van Aslan, but chipped over the top. It's a nice little ball that finds Emery really well, and then trying to burst down the side was Marshall, and a foul being given away by Stocksbridge. Right. A minor one, if that, but has been given. So now with Max Tweddle into the midfield to Savage, and then back into defence for Garforth as they look to build from the back, and they've got through a couple of tackles there before, and a third tackle before going out to Tweddle on the left. A nice little run from the defender as Tweddle goes down the left hand side, tries to get beyond Charles. If Charles gets his foot in and is looking to just hold on to the ball, we'll give it sideways to Eagledon. Eagledon then sending it along, looking for Hardwick over the top of him, and cleared away by Viggers. Then headed on by Emery, but no one there for it. Collected by Charles on this right hand side. Good control, then sideways to Eagledon, then to Owen. Taking his time with it as Owen now gives it to Deakin, who's dropped deep and sort of into that left back role he occupied on Tuesday night. He's back in central midfield today. As Eagledon gives it back to Owen. Stocksbridge just keeping it in the possession at the moment. Now with Deakin, who looks to cause a move as he moves in sideways, then back to Eagledon, and then to Turner, and Stocksbridge not entirely sure, just keeping in the defence, but a chip ball over to Tinker, who's advanced forward into the opposition half, but then it goes back to Owen, and his pass is closed down back to Turner, and then his pass is blocked by Ajupi, and then Turner gets it back and turns and takes Ajupi out of the game, but then Tinker into the middle to Silver. Silver back to Tinker on that left hand side, back to Owen, then to Eagledon. Stocksbridge haven't really come out to their own half with this passing at the moment. As Eagledon takes his time with it, and in the end we'll give it short to Owen. Then to Deakin. Deakin sent one over the top for O'Connor. Appeals for offside, not given. O'Connor tries to get it back. It's blocked, and it will be out for a corner kick. Our first corner of the game. Wasn't a great ball from O'Connor. I think with Barkway getting the block on it. Garforth maybe just taking too much time appealing for the offside. Hasn't been a bad call, the offside, I don't think, but you have to deal with the game as it's presented. Play to the whistle, as so many coaches have screamed on sidelines. Turner will be the one to take this corner. Stocksbridge looked very good from him against Kiverton, but that was a step 7 towards the bottom of Central Midlands team. It's a very big challenge compared to that today with Garforth, a team that have been so good in this league so far this year. Turner, lofted ball, look at that far post. Eagledon gets a header, and it's not far off, just over the bar from Eagledon. He managed to loop it nicely over the defenders, and the goalkeeper just couldn't get it to loop back down again. Goal kick for Garforth now. In the Premier League, Chelsea are 1-0 down to Brighton. Rutter, the scorer for the Seagulls, which means Rutter's probably going to make a 50 million move to Chelsea in the January transfer window. As Flatters is taking his time over this goal kick. Some goals to tell you about in our league as well, which we will let you know about when we are next out to play. So ball goes out from Flatters here, headed away by Charlesworth and then headed back by Savage. Bounces fairly for Stockbridge though. Charlesworth trying to cover and send it away. He can only send it out for a throw-in. So Garforth, the throw into the middle. It goes to Coupland, the captain, and back to Viggers, who sends it long, and Stocksbridge will get the offside call go their way. Emery being caught out on that one, so plenty of goals in our league already in the early period. Emily are 1-0 upon Bishop Auckland. Amir Birchall has scored that. Bradford Park and Avenue are already 2-0 upon Heaton Standington. An unknown scorer for the first one, but then Jack Normanton for the second. Scott Fenwick has put Grimsby Borough ahead against Brighouse. And Bridlington Town are ahead against Sheffield FC. Danny Earl, the scorer, the former North Ferriby man. Owen over to Deakin, who's taking a spot on that left-hand side. Tinker push forward, but it is back now with Owen. Pinch up to O'Connor. Juggles it a bit, and then back to O'Connor. Bit of a hospital pass, but no one pressed Owen, thankfully, so we'll get away with that one. Owen looking for options. He hasn't really got many on. We'll give it short to O'Connor, who just then returns it to Owen. It seems to be stuck in Oxford's own half as it gets through to Haslam, then back to Owen it goes. He must have had all the possession so far in this game. Chip ball over the top, looking for Tinker. It bounces for Tinker. Tinker tries to get it back to Hardwick, but intercepted well, read by a Dupey, who will now clear it away, but only back to Deakin, but he gives it back to Coupland, who then gets it forward to Smith, puts it back into the midfield to Savage, trying to get it forward, and he does onto this right wing, and forward it goes to Marsh, to Ancliffe, and Ancliffe will carry on forward, just trying to get past a few men as he cuts inside, and he's blocked, but he now will try the outside, stops his run, back into midfield it goes, coming forward is Savage, continues to go forward, and then Owen with a tackle. Then here comes a long range shot, brilliant save Townsend, Dan Coupland, vicious shot from about 25 yards out. Townsend's met it with a great diving save. Corner kick Garforth. Stocksbridge not strong enough in the tackle, not stopping these runs forward, and almost punished for it with a great goal from Dan Coupland, but his well hit shot was met with a well dive save. Townsend and continuing his recent good form. So with the right footed corner from this left hand side into the box, and it's in the air, bounced for Garforth man, but then Haslam get it, and Haslam will start the counter attack. Haslam with a pass to Silva on the left wing, who's got some space. Smith is the one defending him. João Silva looks to go on the outside. Silva, and then Smith has managed to get that off him and stop that counter attack, but Smith has just cleared out for a throw. Good counter created by Haslam. Silva weren't able to finish it off, but there will be a throw for Stocksbridge. For a while it looked like it just bounced to a Garforth man, but Steels survive on that one. 9 minutes gone in this game. It is 0-0 between Stocksbridge and Garforth. Tinker's here to take this throw in. To Silva, then back to Tinker, takes it on his right, then tries to get Silva, but tackle goes in out for another Stocksbridge throw, but deeper. Nita struggling to break down this Garforth defence in the first 10 minutes. Struggling to get into their half at times, as thrown too hard, who's come out of the box, and all the way back it goes to Owen in a out position. He's left footed, puts a cross in, headed away with Charlesworth waiting, back to Turner, thinking of the shot. Instead he's not going to, he's going to get it back to Charlesworth on the right. Then back to Turner, who will look to get it to O'Connor again on that right wing side, trying to create the overload. O'Connor, though, will have to just give it to Charlesworth. Charlesworth puts a cross in high, lofted one. Still going for the header, and headed away by Juppy. Falls to Turner. His shot's not great, and it goes well wide. It's goalkeeper Garforth. Good play, though, from Stocksbridge. Crystal Palace are ahead against Everton. Mark Gay, the scorer for the Eagles. So back now with Flatters, who sends it long, but then won by Silva, and Tinker gets it. Back into defence, Elliot Owen on the ball now, as he gives it over to Eagledon, who will send it over looking for Silver, and it falls right for Silver, who takes it on the inside. Little stumble, takes the shot, curls into the arms of Flatters. Couldn't get enough distance on it to go for the far corner. Sends it long, but that header was won by Tinker, and out it goes for a throw-in. We will try and keep you up to date with some local fixtures as well. Sheffield Wednesday won their match with West Brom early today, a 3-2 win, 86-minute winner from Anthony Wasaba after Wednesday were pegged back from being 2-0 up. Throw-in goes in towards Ancliffe, but he loses the ball to Turner. Bit of poor pass. That means it's lost, but got for Fenn. They've won out there. Diggers has done well. Back into Coupland, who looks to switch it, but it falls short. And O'Connor back to defend, heads away. Garforth retain it though. It's with Tweddle in a good position. Gets past Charlesworth, but O'Connor comes to sweep it up and clear it away. And then Barkway clears it just up into the air. Haslam takes it down. Haslam puts a really nice looking pass for Silver, just falls a bit short and is cleared. Goes all the way to Eagledon, who spreads it out to Deakin, who's moving towards the left hand side of the pitch. Over the halfway line he goes. On the left hand side, back into Silver in the middle, then to Turner. And then all the way back now to Eagledon. Eagledon carries it over the halfway line. Forward to Haslam, but the tackle goes in and then into midfield, and Viggers trying to start the run, but Turner blocks it and it's back into defence for Tweddle to clear away, and that will just bounce out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. A few yards from the halfway line, inside Steele's own half. Quickly taken as it goes back to Eagledon. Owen just looking to carry this, and now he will send it long. Look at that run of Hardwick, and the outstretched leg of Barkway stops that going any further forward. Back it goes to Smith now, who clears it away. So Emery, who puts a good block in, and now he's in midfield. Space has opened up for Garforth here, and here they come forward. It's Tweddle on the ball coming forward. He's close to the box now as Tweddle looks at options, and he's slowed down by Charlesworth. Off to Marshall on this left-hand side. Charlesworth forcing him into a cul-de-sac. Charlesworth with a tackle. It's going to be a corner kick for the away side. Stocksbridge doing well with the ball in that position. The man who scored the opening goal for Bradford Park Avenue was Connor Shanks. They're 2-0 at Eton Stannington. So, short ball here to the left to Tweddle, puts the ball in. Near post, cleared away by Charlesworth. Haslam gets something onto it, goes to the edge of the box. It's drilled and wide. Matt Ancliffe with that final shot that he drills wide. It was not well cleared by Stocksbridge and almost punished for it on that occasion. So for Townsend for this goal kick. And Stocksbridge to get the lead in this game. They've looked good so far. Both teams have looked good. It's a good game of football, but there's no goals yet as we approach the 15th minute. Owen coming forward. Owen to the middle. To Deakin, then back now to Owen. Charles was calling for it, but he's going to instead go down that left-hand side. Tinker wins the header, but well read by Barkway, who clears it out. And then all the way back to Owen. Takes his touch on the halfway line. And goes forward and looking for some willing runners, not got him. So short to Eagledon, who returns it back to Owen. And I don't think Owen particularly wanted it back, but he gets it. Has control of it. Pass by Silver, but touch just took it away from him. And Garforth on the ball now as Ijupi, put under pressure by Silver, has to send it back to Flatters, who sends a ball over to Tweddle. And Tweddle can't get control of it, and it will be a throw in Stocksbridge. The pressure from Charlesworth creating that mistake from Tweddle. Charles throws it to Hardwick, takes the touch, but it's not a good one, but then he wins the ball back. He's trying to hold it up, back to O'Connor. O'Connor was thinking of finding Hardwick, but I think he scuffed his foot in the ground and lost the ball, but he's back on it now, back to Charlesworth, and he then loses the ball, won by Savage. Hardwick trying to cause a problem, but he's done a bit too much, and it will be a foul and a free kick to the travelling team from Leeds. Talking to Leeds are heading into Coventry City. William Yonto has scored for the Whites. now. Flatters has the ball for Garforth. Sending it forward now. Hilden heads it away to O'Connor, then back to Turner, who will carry it forward to Haslam, who flicks it onto Hardwick, who then looks at the turn and I think was looking for the foul on that occasion, but didn't get it. So Garforth will come away with the ball as a Jupi takes the touch in the middle to Coupland, who had that good shot earlier on. Almost lost the ball, but it went to Savage. It was a favourable little touch in the end for Garforth. As well switched over to a Jupi. Garforth coming forward, looking to move in on the inside. Pass forward to Marshall, then to the right. As here comes the shot, blocked by Owen and out to Deakin, who will look to cause a counter-attack. Deakin over to left to Silva. Silva, who looks to beat the man, does. Goes to Hardwick, who flicks it back to Silva. Silva, pass forward to Deakin. Deakin moves into the box, chips into the middle. It's behind Haslam. Haslam looking to rescue it. He gets it. Back it goes to Hardwick, takes a shot, deflection, but that took all the sting out of it. It's playing by Flatters. Really good football. They had a few moments of just imprecision, which stopped the momentum. Eventually, Stocksbridge did get a shot off of shorts, but it was fairly simple for Flatters in the end. So it remains 0-0 here. With 17 minutes gone. Tinker just booted that one out. It's a throw-in for Garforth. Liversidge are 1-0 up on Newton Aycliffe. Jack Carr, the scorer. And Belper are 1-0 up on Ossett. Harry Draper, the scorer. Ball goes forward and going to be back in defence and go all the way back to Flatters. Into defence. Then long from Viggers, looking to get it onto that right-hand side. Headed on. Gets it to Ancliffe, looks to go past Owen. Owen got a foot in, and the last touch is from Ancliffe, so it will be a Stocksbridge throw. Give me a stoppage here, because I think Ben Townsend's just having an issue with his boots, so we'll have a stop for a lace tightening session. Do you think Ben Townsend knows how to tie his shoes? Let's take your bets in the comments. One over the top. As Tinker waits to take his throw-in. Arsenal ahead against Leicester City. Gabriel Martinelli, the scorer in the Premier League. Still waiting. Townsend is back up on his feet though and putting his gloves back on, so the game will resume shortly. And it now resumes. Tinker takes throw to Turner, then back to Tinker. Clearance is charged down, but Deakin gets the ball back now to Owen, who sends it long, looking for Hardwick. Two players fall over together, but nothing for either team as Hardwick gets the ball back, gets it caught under his feet and loses possession. Back now with a Juppie, who turns well out of trouble and then switches it really well to Tweddle on the left, who knocks it over the top, bounces well, and then Eagledon just has to head that out, and it comes into the stand with us. There will be a throw to Garforth. Taken by Tweddle. So he's just in front of us, and we'll throw it forward, and then well took by Ancliffe, but then loses the ball, and then comes off the referee's ankles, who somehow ended up in the worst possible position as it was recycled into midfield, and Garforth will get the bounce ball. It was their possession. So Savage gets the ball back and back into defence for the away side, and it's stuck with this attack. We'll start with Viggers. Looks to put the diagonal ball towards that right wing. Chester down well, but then won by Tinker, who gets it to Silva. And then into the middle to Turner. Lovely pass to Alex O'Connor. Lovely. Look, gets it to Charles up on the right. Stocksbridge on the move here. Stocksbridge down the right. Charlesworth to O'Connor. Back to Turner, who puts the ball forward to Haslam. Looks to turn out of trouble. Back to Turner, who clips it over the top. No one's there for the run. It's a disappointing final pass. Now Harry Flatters now has the ball for Garforth. Chelsea have equalised against Brighton. Cole Palmer, the scorer. And Dunstan are ahead against Cleethorpes. Dale Pearson is the man who has scored there. That is likely to be a top of the table clash, really. I bet that is towards the end of the season anyway. This is a 7th versus 8th clash. Both teams on 12 points for this. So it's going to be a very even game. In an local fixture, Shrewsbury Town are ahead against Rotherham United. Lloyd has scored. Well, heading on a bit of an aerial battle before Eagledon clears it to Hardwick, who chests it and then tries to control of it, flicks it over the top of his head and then gets to feet. Lovely play from Alex Hardwick. Back in the middle to Deakin. Deakin moves forward. Hardwick stays down after that knock. Gets it over to Charles on the right. Charles is now looking to run a Deakin. Has he just asked a bit too much for him? It seems so as Viggers has got it and he turns away and Haslam tries to win the ball off him, but Garforth have passed it out of that trouble really well. And now got it to Ijupi on that right hand side, and now Garforth on the move and on the attack. Tipped out to that right wing and looking to beat Tinker, looking to get out on the outside, but Anklis crosses blocked and he's out for a throw into Garforth. Into the middle and back to Coupland, then to Savage. Savage moving to the right and then clipped over the top. It's a really good ball here to the right, kept in and just on the byline and moving into the box now. Looking to get on his left, back it goes to Ijupi, loft across for that far post, and it bounces once and gun goes to Tweddle, who will look to return the box into the middle, does. Right, defender, right height is Tinker, but then it's lost on the edge of the box, into the middle, and that's O'Connor winning it. Stocksbridge getting away with that one, not the most best of clearances. Turner evades a tackle, looks to get to Silver, he does, but behind him, so Silver won't get the ball in the favoured way. He's going to loft the ball over the top, looking for the runner O'Connor. Bounces looking for O'Connor, touch from Viggers, gets it away, and he will boot that one out for a throw-in. Very evenly contested match so far, 23 minutes gone. So throw-in goes into Deakin, then to Silver, who will beat his man for pace and left, goes further, puts it into the middle to Hardwick, can't get control of it, cleared away. It's Silver with that burst of pace he has, getting away from two players, but not doing enough, and then Silver's got it back, rolls into right, takes a shot, right at Flatters. It was quick thinking from Tinker and quick thinking from Silver, but Silver didn't get his shot right, and it was fairly simple for Flatters as the winger from loan from Farsley Celtic looked for the dramatic opening goal. Farsley Celtic were in FA Cup action live on TV earlier this afternoon against Wythenshawe Town, the team that both these sides faced in the FA Trophy. Garforth went out to Wythenshawe and we beat them on the penalties. Wythenshawe on the TV, they lost 1-0 to Farsley though, so Silver will be happy seeing his parent team doing that. First time Farsley are in the qualifying round of the FA Cup. And the ball goes long from Garforth, but Owen reads it and clears it out. And that's a clear handball, but the advantage is given, but then looks like he was about to lose the ball. It's going to be the free kick. Is there anything more unified than a crowd shouting handball together? As Turner has his free kick just inside the Garforth, he's going to take it shot to Owen and then quickly to Eagledon, chests it down, and Eagledon have space to move into, which he does do so as he heads out to Charles on the right, into the middle to Eagledon. Has control of it and then into the middle to Owen. Owen taking his time, left-footed, looks for Haslam, but headed away before it can get to him, back to O'Connor. Into the middle to Turner. Turner looks for options, trying to find Haslam, and the clever play doesn't quite work, but then Haslam's won it back, goes to Turner. Turner tries to evade tackle, tackle gets it away from him, and then will be Stocksbridge's free kick on the edge of the box. Garforth not happy with that one, and to be honest, I don't blame them for being. It was a light one. So, it's going to be a free kick very close to the edge of the area, and Danny Deakin has it. We've talked about him a few times being a free kick specialist. We've not really seen it for the Steelers yet. He's yet to score a free kick. He's one goal coming from that little flick he scored against Bradford Park Avenue in the FA Cup, but he has scored plenty for the likes of Rossington and Sheffield FC and Detroit City over in the States. Player who was drafted in the 3rd round by Orlando City to be alongside the likes of Kaká. He's against the Garforth side with their own Brazilian player who have had Socrates. Now can Deakin show some Brazilian class? As the yellow and blue face the blue and yellow. Wall has been okayed by the referee, and it's going to surely be a shot from this right hand side of the box. Left-footed effort it will be from Deakin. Here comes Deakin, takes a shot, looks for the top corner, about a yard over it. What? Fortunately, not to be on that one. Chelsea are 2-1 up on Brighton. Cole Palmer has scored from the spot, his second of the game. So Chelsea have turned that right around. So back now with Flatters for a goal kick. It is 27 minutes gone. We're halfway through this first half and an evenly contested game. Flatters taking his time. Sends it long, right-footed. Charlesworth will go to there, but Emery wins it, but Eagledon cleared it out. Smacks off the chest off, I think that one of the Garforth players. Doesn't look like it's stung, but it's going to be back now with Owen as a throw-in has taken place. Chelsea probably edging it in the last 5-10 minutes, but not by much. As Owen goes forward and he looks to switch play, looks for Charlesworth, but it's not a good pass, and Tweddle intercepts, gets it forward to Marshall. O'Connor, I think, thought he'd fouled the player, and then lost the ball when he did get the tackle, and it wasn't a foul. But Charles will put it back now to Haslam. Haslam moves in on the inside, sideways to Deakin, and there will be finally a sliding challenge from Garforth, who I think are getting irritated with their free and allowing that irritation just to occupy their mind a bit too much. Could be our first booking of the game here. Garforth management not particularly happy. Looks like it's Max Tweddle, who the man who came in with that challenge. It was very, very late. Actually, it's Matt Savage who was getting a talking to. And there won't be any card just yet. Referee is a bit of a light touch on fouls, but he's giving them a lot of leniency on cards. Deakin lofting a ball in, and it's just over the top, and it's Tinker who gets something onto it, appeals for a handball and a pull, not given. Big appeals from the Stocksbridge players. The young mascots we've had from the Stocksbridge under-10s are having their save, not given, and now Garforth get their free kick just inside the Stocksbridge half. I didn't see enough in that to tell you what I think personally, but the Stocksbridge players were convinced. It's a ball on this right-hand side for this free kick for Garforth. I think it might have been Haslam actually was the one who was fouled. Ball is switched over to Tweddle, gets it down well, looks to go on the outside as he's on line with the box, down on the outside. Charles gets a foot in though, and he's going to look to turn and try and get it away before it goes out to play for a corner. Does, but it's only going to fall back to Coupland, who takes the touch. Back it goes to Savage, to the left to Tweddle, forward and back to Tweddle, into the middle, comes back to Tweddle. It's a really good play, but Charles with a foot in, great tackle, and then it's really well done by Eagledon because he knocks it off Tweddle and makes sure it's a goal kick. 30 minutes gone in the game. It remains 0-0. Both teams trying to make sure that's not the case. Cole Palmer has a hat-trick at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea. It's 3-1 against Brighton. And Liversedge have made it 2-0 against Newton Aycliffe. Jack Dyche, the scorer. They're in a post-Jonathan Remington life now. And they're doing well without him. Owen gives it short to O'Connor. Heavy touch though, takes him back and all the way back to Townsend. Looks to move it over to the left Townsend and then puts it back on his right. And then over now to Eagledon, who takes a touch in the middle to Turner. Turner forced back, but does go back now to Eagledon. Sending it long, Paul Deakin takes a bit of heavy touch and not losing the ball, but Haslam with a sliding tackle touches it back to Eagledon, gets his applause for that. And Charles now will send it over the top. He's looking for Haslam or Silver. It's going to be Viggers trying to clear, and he does do that really well. And Turner will win the header, but that's been intercepted by Marshall. Back into midfield to Tweddle, into defence. Sending it long, switching it over to Ijupi. Heads it to have control and gets it to his feet. Forward it goes now to Antcliffe and then flicked on. It's a really clever little ball, but Tinker's read that well. And back to Townsend, who sends that one away, and Hardwick will look to cause a problem with it, but it's head away from him, and O'Connor is forward to Silver, who fights for it and gets it back to O'Connor. But then O'Connor will lose it under two men's pressure, and they slip through to Emery, then out to the right to Ancliffe, and it comes off Owen and then bounces out. Will be a Garforth throw. Chesterfield are ahead against Doncaster over. Shane Dunkley has scored in that local fixture. And Carlton Town are 1-0 on Pontefract. Alex Howes the scorer. Emery's the man who's going to take the throw. When the centre forward takes the throw, you've got to think, it's probably going to be a long one, because why else would you have your centre forward take it? And look at the position, that's what it's going to be, and it is a very drilled low throw, and Eildon does head it well, and it falls to Silver, who moves the ball around him, and now will look to cause a counter. Gets it past the man, slips it to Haslam, who will look to try and find Silver again. The pass falls short and is intercepted, and now back it goes to Flatters. Sends it away to Viggers, with Haslam looking to press. Viggers on the ball, back into defence, and switched over to Tweddle, and takes the touch, sent long now and headed on, but Owen will look to cover that, and he will send it forward to O'Connor in the middle, moves sideways and then lets it over to Deakin, who will take it forward. Over now to Tinker and forward to Silver, into the middle to Turner, who looks to switch it, looking for Charlesworth, and it's a really good ball. Charlesworth will take that cross first time, it's a good looking one. Haslam gets it, it's just wide. The diving header from Jack Haslam, he meets it well. Looks like for a while it's going to the bottom corner, but trickles wide of the post. It's Stocksbridge's best chance of the game so far. It remains 0-0 though. 33 minutes gone. Brighton have one back against Chelsea. It's 3-2 at Stamford Bridge. Kwoma Baleba, the latest scorer. And Liversidge are now 3-0 up on Newton Aycliffe. Alfie Raw has scored from the spot. Ball is going long now and then goes over the top of everyone, but Stocksbridge have got penalised for pushing the back from Jack Tinker, so a free kick for Garforth. We'll be close to the halfway line on that right hand side. Our reserves, by the way, are playing against Jubilee Sports at the moment. Let's have a little check in on what they're doing. It is 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels against Jubilee Sports in the reserves. And the goals from Ollie Novak and Matty Lee. Back on it. So we're still waiting for this free kick taken. It has been swinging the OK. We short to Ancliffe on the right, but it's a really, really bad free kick because it just goes straight out to play, and Stocksbridge have the ball back. Thrown to Deakin. Now with Owen, who sends it over to Iggulden, who carries it forward. Right-footed continues to take it forward, and right-footed. Long it goes, looking for that runner, Charlesworth, and he might get it here. Charlesworth pushed in the middle towards Hardwick, looks to control it on the edge of the 6-yard area. Sends right, bounce in the middle, cleared on the edge of the 6-yard area. Back to Turner, touches it short to O'Connor, then back to Turner again. Over to Tinker, through to Deakin, to Joe Silver, touch it into the middle to Deakin. Fast goes forward, block, back to Turner. Gets a bit of harassment, but keeps hold of the ball. Has to give it back to Iggulden, who's pressed forward. Over to Charles, who has to come back for that ball. Takes it past one man, he moves on the inside, continues to move into the middle. Switches it over to Owen. Stocksbridge players are camped in the half at the moment. Left foot pass into the middle, not a great one, but cleared away. Turner, though, gets onto the clearance. He looks to go forward through a few men, and Garforth get the tackle in, and they are going to look to take it away now. And Charles is not sure where to go, and he's been caught out on that one, and it goes to Tweddle as it comes forward. Tweddle, blocked by O'Connor, and it takes back to Charlesworth, takes the touch, and it's a short pass back to Charlesworth into the middle to Turner. Turner looks to switch play, looking for João Silva. He does it, hold it out really well, gets the touch on Silva. Silva comes forward, takes a shot, lofted, saved by diving Flatters. Just Silva can't get the power on those shots. You can't blame him, it was a good position and he just can't resist it in the end, but he just can't get any decent curve onto it to really get it into that far bottom corner. Back now with Flatters. Sent long. Headed away by Owen. Just going to go back to Jupido. Then forward to Antcliffe, but well in from Tinker, and it's going to go out for a Stocksbridge throw. But it's going to be a stoppage because of a Garforth injury. Antcliffe on the struggling. But it is now up, so we will have a resumption of play. Back into defence it goes, and then over to Eagledon, who will carry it forward. Touch forward to O'Connor, then back to Eagledon. Forward to Haslam. Touch goes back to Eagledon, who clips over the top. Hardwick is hopefully beating the offside flag there as he goes onto the right wing. Hardwick just needs the ball in the middle, tries to get it, but it's blocked by Tweddle and out for a corner kick. It'll be the first time we get it from the right wing. That means it's the first time we get a Deakin corner. This is where Deakin has been really strong. So with Deakin now. Ball going forward. It's a good looking one. Head away in the 6-yard area. It's going to bounce towards the outside. It's still in. Eagledon will follow it, but then he does go out for another corner kick. That was a corner whip with some absolute pace. Garforth had to be on their heels to defend that. Be a Turner corner this time. And Stocksbridge look to take the lead. As Turner lofts it into the 6-yard area, well caught by Flatters. And that will end that threat for now. 38 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Been a very well contested game. This isn't a boring 0-0. Both teams going for it, both teams playing good football. Stocksbridge probably edging it at the moment though. As Flatters sending it long. Silver looks from the header and he gets the best. Appeals for an offside and not given as he looks to get past Parkway, but Parkway gets tackled in and it comes off Silver last and it will be their throw. The Miners will restart the game. Here comes the throw, long down the field, headed on, back with Owen, who takes the touch but gets it forward, but it's only back with Emery, who knocks it long. But that's just going to go back into the box for Townsend. Short to Eagledon. Takes a touch. They're going to carry it forward and then but give it sideways to Owen. He takes it forward. And then over to Silver, but his touch is heavy and it's now the Miners are back on it. Coupland will try and drive forward, back to Antcliffe on the right. Antcliffe tried to get it past Owen, but a big standing tackle block prevents that. Throwing though to the Miners, they will retain possession through this. Quickly taken, back into defence, into the middle, but it's a poor touch and O'Connor gets it out to Haslam on the right. Haslam will go forward. Haslam continuing forward. Tries to get the pass through to Hardwick, but too many men stop that and Viggers on it. Back with Flatters, and Flatters will send that high and up into the air. Turner wins the header, goes back to Deakin. Forward for Haslam, who looks to turn out of trouble. Forward to Hardwick, who's trying to get the touch, trying to get facing towards goal. Got something towards goal, but it was never aimed towards it, and it will be out for a goal kick. 40 minutes gone. We are closing in on half-time here at Brackenmore. As Jack Richardson has doubled the lead for Grimsby Borough against Brighouse Town. They are now 2-0 up as Brighouse have had a tricky start to the season. Hallam FC have equalised in their game with Brandon Bradbury scoring 1-1 over at Sandygate. Savage on the ball, takes touch and back into defence where it's sent long, looking for Antcliffe, and Antcliffe holds it down really well, wins that battle with Tinker, and it's now switched over, looking for Marshall. Good first touch pass, but Eagledon is aware and clears it. Back to Tweddle it goes. Garforth continue this attack. Charles was trying to get a good tackle in, and it's just going to go back into defence for Savage, and then all the way back for Joe Smith. I'm not used to a number 10 where playing for centre back, by the way. As Garforth continue this attack, Coupland on the right wing. Coupland over to Marshall. Marshall tries to get the pass in, but it's blocked. And then Turner will clear that out. Silver flicks it on. Haslam will read it. Try to find Silver back, and Silver will get it after a tackle. Haslam on into it, spreads it out to Hardwick on the right. Hardwick comes forward. Hardwick continues. He's going to take the shot, blocked by Smith. Throw in. O'Connor will have the throw in. He quickly takes it to Charlesworth. Charlesworth takes the touch. He's got some space, but he's going to just give it back to O'Connor on the right. O'Connor puts the cross in. It's going to be headway at the near post, and Emery's read it well, and he's going to, well, he got dragged down by Curtis Turner, but the advantage will be given as the pass looks for Marshall, and it falls really well for him. Marshall gets a touch, but Charlesworth reads it well, and he puts it into the middle for Eagledon, who's looked very calm and composed on his first league starts for the Steels. Back now for O'Connor, will return it now to Charlesworth. Takes his touch and will spread it over to Owen. And he needs to take it forward. Take his touch and into the middle to Silver. Not a great touch, and that was well in from Savage. And then Owen, I don't know why he was doing that pass. Passes to the invisible man. Throw in to Garforth. Nil-nil here. Still as Garforth send the ball long, and Owen heads away, falls to Turner, who gets it over to Deakin. Trying to keep it in, can't do so. So Garforth get the ball back from the throw. Thrown long and hold down well and sent out to that right-hand side, but no one's there for the away side. Throwing to Stocksbridge. Concert are 1-0 up on North Ferriby. Isaac Walker is giving them the lead. We will be facing them on a Tuesday night very soon. Away from home as well. Ain't it joyful? Charlesworth gets that down on his chest as well. Now sends it down the line, looking for Haslam. But it looks like Tweddle has control of that, and he does. He passes it back to Flatters and gets it shot to Viggers, and then into Smith, who does clear away, evades the press. And Eagledon will have that tracked him, so sending it back to Townsend. Now to Eagledon. Taking the touch. And goes Turner, and then out to the right to Charlesworth. Charlesworth sending it long, looking for Haslam, but well controlled by Viggers, who just has to clear it out. Throw in for Stocksbridge. This could be our last attack of the half. We are about to enter the 44th minute. We will see a minute or two of added time though, so maybe one or two more. Charlesworth with the throw. To Deakin, back to Charlesworth, then back to Eagledon. Over to Owen. Looking for some options, he hasn't really got them, and Owen will send it back for Eagledon. Stocksbridge have really pressed forward, they're very high up. Furthest back man other than Townsend is Owen, he was on the edge of the centre circle, but still being passed around. It's with Eagledon now. Eagledon gives it back to Deakin on this right hand side, looking to beat one man, and he just crawls away, but back to Deakin. Left footer tries to put a pass in, but that is cleared away. Owen looks to track that into the air, and he does, heads it away well. Over to Deakin, and will bounce for Eagledon. Tinker will send it over to left wing that Silver will fight for, and in the end it's Barkway just has to head that out. But Deakin is down and hurt at the moment, which is a concern. Liv Phillips is ready to go on, and Liv Phillips waiting for the okay from the ref, but nope. Deakin looks like we'll be able to continue, so Liv Phillips will have to wait a bit longer. Arsenal are 2-0 up on Leicester. Trossard has scored for the Gunners. And Tinker has this throw in the left-hand side. We are going to see 2 minutes of added time here. As we are 20 seconds into that, according to my clock. Tinker throwing it down into the middle to Silver. Charles well, and it comes off the back of his heel though, and that means Garforth get onto it. Silver fighting for the ball back though, and Garforth haven't got it away yet, and then Silver has now won it back, and he's actually got a free kick Stocksbridge's way as well. So left hand side, it'll be a Stocksbridge free kick, surely a cross. Turner's the one on it. Turner has often scored from this sort of range with his cross come shot free kicks. He's yet to score this season. So big opportunities yet towards the end of this first half. Right foot ball in, and it's cleared away. It's a poor free kick from Curtis Turner, and Garforth look to try and get a counter attack going. It's a long one sent away. Deakin will look to defend it. He's trying to hold off Antcliffe, but Antcliffe is doing really well, and Deakin will have to just drag him down, and it will be a free kick to Garforth. and Danny Deakin will end up in the book. Deakin were beaten by Ancliffe. It was the only thing he could do to stop Ancliffe from going forward, and will be a free kick, and this will likely be Garforth's last act of the first half. Stocksbridge will have to look to avoid the sucker punch. Left-footed free kick on this right-hand side, about 12-15 yards away from the corner of the box. Left ball in, it's a good looking ball. Good header by Hardy, falls in the 6-yard area though, and then Charles clears, and that will be half time. Well, that was a bit lucky for the Steels, almost fell to Jordan Emery in the box, but thankfully did it. We will remain 0-0 at the half. Stocksbridge probably edging it in the last 20 minutes, but it's an evenly contested match. Actually quite an entertaining one, but it is 0-0 at the break at the moment. We will see you in 15 minutes. Okay, thank you very much for listening so far.
I'll change it. What is it? Big enough for 2, yeah. Tell me, I'll change it.
Just a number. Thank you, please.
Score for Stocksbridge.
Go!
Scorer for Stocksbridge, number 10, Oliver Greslak. Scorer for Stocksbridge, 16, João Silva. Thank you very much for your support. Don't forget we're here back again on Saturday, and that is against Garforth Town. And all the best to Kiverton Man as well for the rest of the season.
Credit to Kiverton, they kept going right to the end. Credit to them that they kept it. A footballing match, they didn't try and kick us off the park, or they didn't try and play up, they still try to play the right way. So credit to Kiverton to come here and do that. In terms of us, I thought we were excellent tonight. Made a few changes, gave lads opportunities to start, and they had a huge impact on that. First half, the goal scored didn't reflect the dominance that we had. I think we had over 15 shots and we only scored 2, and we didn't attack with enough conviction, and we didn't probably commit enough players into the box on crosses, but the performance was excellent. We moved the ball really well with real purpose and at a high tempo. Second half, we picked up where we left off, but we were committing players further forward, we were closer together, higher up the pitch, and we got a reward for it. And again, we've had over 20 shots in that second half, and fortunately converted 4 and got the scoreline to reflect the dominance.
Well, keep it, Oh, it does, I'll change it. What is it?
P-O-C-K-I.
Been doing that for 2 years. So. Tell me, I'll change it.
Actually, I could have picked her.
Go.
Married it very sad.
and welcome back to Bracken Moor for the second half of this match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Garforth Town. I'm your commentator, Adam Allcroft. It was 0-0 and evenly contest first half, where the Steels probably were starting to edge things as we got towards the end. Definitely had more chances at least. So Stocksbridge will think maybe we could have had the lead, but it remains 0-0, and we have got a Garforth substitution to tell you about as Dexter Ball comes on for Joe Smith. Joe Smith was at centre back. I'm just going to have a look to see if we are going to see if it's going to be more of a direct sub or if it's a change in shape. But Stocksbridge are the ones who are going to get this underway. We'll read the teams out for you shortly. And here we go. So the Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks, kicking from right to left. Up against the Garforth side over in the blue shirts, yellow shorts, yellow socks, kicking left right. It's almost like a mirror image of each other today. So the teams are as follows. So for Stocksbridge, it's Ben Townsend in goal, Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Paul Iggledon, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alex Hardwick, Jack Haslam and João Silva. The bench is Alex Phillipson, Jordan Lemon, Ash Butterworth, Oliver Rejlak and Dan Hernandez. No change at the break for the Steels. For Garforth, it's Harry Flatters in goal, then Ryan Orijupi, Max Tweddle, Matt Savage, Harry Viggers, Jamie Barkway, Charlie Marshall, Dan Coupland, Jordan Emery, Matt Ancliffe and Dexter Ball, who's come on for Joe Smith at the half-time break. Garforth on the ball at the moment. They just have it on the left-hand side. It is with Ball. It looks like it's more direct. So but Ball has just pushed forward. Side to Coupland. Coupland takes a shot. It's well over. Ian Richards screaming at the defence for letting that pass be very simply put through to Coupland, who, after having a decent effort in the first half, was and a better one that time. Was a worse one in the end. Well over and behind, with the Stocksbridge under-10s who are behind that goal for the second half. Some goals in the Premier League to tell you about. Everton have equalised against Crystal Palace. Dwight McNeil the scorer. And Leicester have one back against Arsenal. James Justin scored. Poor pass from Stocksbridge and Garforth have got it back. Emery continues forward. Pass forward looking for Marshall. Well off target. Goes to Townsend, who quickly chucks it out towards Charlesworth, who drills it forward looking for Haslam, and it ricochets off him and he does get it. I think Haslam might have printed on ball on that, but it hasn't been given because he gives it out to Deakin. Deakin over to Tinker. Tinker takes the touch and he's going to be tackled and he's going to have to try and press, but then Garforth do get it down the line and Owen onto it first. He's just going to send out for a Garforth throw. Maybe had a bit more time than he realised. French Garforth put it right into the box, flicked onto Ancliffe, taking a touch, takes a shot, just called wide the far post. Stocksbridge fell completely asleep in defence and Garforth almost took advantage. Remains 0-0. And Ian Richards is not happy since the half-time break. Ball going long. Chested down though by Viggers, and he's going to send it forward. Headed away by Iggledon, goes all the way to O'Connor, who now drills one forward for Haslam chase on to. It has been read by Viggers, who looks to take it away, and he's going to just pass it back to Flatters. Hardwick will press, and Flatters with a short pass over to Tweddle on that left-hand side, but blocked by Deakin, and now with O'Connor. Back to Charlesworth, who sends it forward to Deakin. One-touch pass, finds Haslam. Haslam puts the crossing, blocked by Tweddle, throwing, and it is better from Stocksbridge after those early shaky moments. Ball going to go in, headed away though. Only back to Turner, who looks to pull out to the left hand side, lose it, tackled, but then back with Garforth. Garforth can't go forward, they'll turn with another block, then Tinker with the block, goes to Silva, who turns. Silva with some space opening up, lays pass through to Hardwick. Hardwick turns, takes a shot, drilled shot, Alex Hardwick, 1-0 to the Steels! That is brilliant, target man, striker finish. Turns, gets the snapshot, finds the bottom corner. Alex Hardwick puts the Steels ahead, 1-0 Stocksbridge.
Score for Stocksbridge, number 9, Alex Hardwick!
A brilliant finish from Alex Hardwick, and Stocksbridge are ahead. you can't ask for more from your number 9 than that. And it was weird because obviously Stocksbridge had this shaky start where Garforth had the chances, but then maybe Garforth got a bit confident and came forward a bit more, and Hardwick took advantage of that bit of space. And Garforth come forward, but then the ball will just go back to Townsend. That goal coming on the 49th minute mark. Doncaster Rovers are down to 10 men in their game against Chesterfield. Luke Molyneux has been sent off. And Fulham are ahead against Nottingham Forest, where Al Jimenez the scorer. Al Jimenez seems to have found his form recently. Stocksbridge won the battle high up and got a throw-in. Been officially given that goal on the 50th minute mark. Back, Charlesworth, show it to Deacon, then back to Charlesworth. Takes the touch, clip forward, looking for Hardwick. Headed away from him, and it will be out for another throw-in. Good strong header from Harry Viggers. So back on this right-hand side with Charlesworth. Stocksbridge looking to try and quickly double their lead. Thrown into middle to Hardwick inside the box, but not a great touch, and it's cleared away now. Eagledon tracking it. Eagledon will just boot that one away. Volleying up, Turner's fighting for it. Turner trying to get it to his foot, but headed away from him in the end. Then sent towards the right-hand side, and Ancliffe will chase it down. Ancliffe is going to do well to get to it, and he does. Owen covering. Owen moves into the box, tries to get it onto his left foot. Tried to get to the edge of the box, but blocked by Silver, and then cleared away by Tinker. Back into defence it goes for Barkway. Into the middle. Oh, for Ball. Then back it goes to Viggers. Over to the left-hand side to Tweddle. Ball a bit more advanced position than Smith was. And then a looping pass almost allowed Hardwick to nip in, but Ball got to it first, and then back into defence, looking to get it to Ijupi on the right-hand side, and he thought he had just kept it in, and the linesman says otherwise. It will be a free kick. Stu Allcroft going brilliant. Well done, lads. After that goal from Alex Hardwick, and Paul Turner saying, on playing, going to lose you, Sue. Come on, lads. Well, good job, Alex Hardwick. Got that goal before, and then you've now got that tense flight. So what, two and a half hours to Berlin until you hear what the scoreline is. Maybe you have Wi-Fi on it. Pay the Wi-Fi fee. But maybe you don't, because Stocksbridge have lost the ball quite cheaply to Charlie Marshall, who clipped the nail to Coupland. Back on the left-hand side, but caught on the feet by Savage, and Stocksbridge trying to get into the ball now here. And coming away with the ball is Marshall, who takes a shot, and it's not far off over the bar. Remains 1-0 to the Steels, though. 51 minutes gone. West Ham have equalised against Brentford. Thomas Susek, the scorer. And Everton now lead against Palace. Dwight McNeil has scored a second. In the Northern Premier League East, Emily are 2-0 upon Bishop Auckland. Isaac Bolden, the scorer. Sherwood are 1-0 upon Ashington. Alexander Tuameu has scored. That's one of the longest journeys in this league. And Ossett equalised against Belper. Eddie Church scored. And then Stockford on the attack. Ball off to Jar Silver, but the offside flag is up, and that stops that attack. Leeds United 2-0 on Coventry City. Jaden Bogle has scored. Switch ball to the left-hand side to Tweddle. Sends the ball over the top, but out of play it goes. Long ball forward here, and Haslam's going to get the man. He can to volley, and it's into the near post. I wouldn't have it inside netting for a second. Jack Haslam scored a mad goal. Harry Flatters has been caught flat-footed at his near post, and Haslam's volley on the far corner, which I thought was a cross. I thought it might hit the side netting for a second. The entire stand has took a second to pause, and Haslam has scored. It's 2-0 here to the Steels. Jack has... I don't know how that snuck in. Everyone here has just took a second in silence, thinking what has happened there, and it's in the back of the net. What? A mad goal from Jack Haslam, and the Steels are leading 2-0 here. Ball switched over to Emery on the right-hand side. Ball in the middle. Headed away by Owen. Goes to Deakin. Back to Tinker, who's taking the touch. Bit of a heavy touch, but he gets it away. Looks for Hardwick, but headed away by Ball. Goes into the middle and back to Ball. takes the touch forward, blocked by Silver. Silver takes the touch and gets it forward to Hardwick, who will look to hold it up and does do so, and then hacked down by Barkway. Nothing given for that, and Garforth will get on the attack. Marshall on this left-hand side into the middle, but then foot goes in from O'Connor, spools out to Ball, and he on the right-hand side, he finds Ijupi really well. Ijupi puts it up, tries to put the ball in the end, it goes into the road behind the stand. Hello, Sue Allcroft going, keep it up, I'm not promising drinks this week. Sue Allcroft, who promised drinks for them coming back against Wythenshawe Town and ended up having to pay up quite a bit on Tuesday night in Skiverton. What a start to the second half this has been for Stocksbridge. But this is a Garforth side that came from 3 behind against Sheffield FC, so this is not done yet. We talked about their spirit, their mental resolve, and they showed lots of that in that game. Ball goes long from Townsend and head away by Barkway, goes into the middle, and Turner juggling it with his head, trying to go further forward, blocked by the body, but then Hardwick trying to fight for it, and then somehow Garforth come away with that, and they've sent it back to Flatters. I think they want it away from the pressure that Stocksbridge were causing. Sent long now. Charles reads it though and heads it away, goes to Deakin, who will try to find Haslam, but gets his header all wrong, and Ball comes away with it, gets it to Todd on the left forward, it goes to Marshall, trying to get beyond Charlesworth, but he will clear it out, and it goes out for a throw-in. Dunstan are 2-0 up on Cleethorpes. Dan Turner, the scorer. So with Tweddle on the left-hand side. Taking his time with it. Going down the line and head away by O'Connor. Back to Tweddle though. Knocks it forward, blocked by Haslam, but still made its way through. But then a loose pass from Garforth allows Tinker just to boot that away. Will be another throw, but inside the Garforth's own half. 56 minutes gone, 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Oh, Paul Turner said, come on, fabulous. At least we got that second before you got on the plane again. Hopefully that will ease your nerves a bit as you take off the billing. As it's a good switch from Garforth though. They find Ijupi cutting in, trying to get past Silver. Silver, good tackling from him, and then he gets it back, and he will look to take off now. Short pass to Turner. Got harassment from Ball, and Ball will win it off him. And then Turner will pull on the arm of Ball and give that free kick away. Back now for Savage. Who will now leave it, will let it go for Tweddle, this free kick. They're going to put this into the box as Garforth now look for any opportunity to get a goal back. Ball loops in, Townsend will claim that on the edge of his 6-yard area quite happily. As he picks up the ball and rolls it out now to Owen, carrying it forward. Continues to carry it forward. Then maybe going a bit too forward, and a lunging pass off target, and that was a very upset Stockbridge bench, but João Silva's won it back. Puts in the middle to Turner now to Deakin, back to Tinker, who takes the touch, sends it forward, looks for Silva. Great touch by Silva, and he turns, looks to run, evades Ball's tackle, moves in, gets it on his right, takes a curling shot, not far off. Brilliant from João Silva. Evaded it. It was a little push in the back, that ball, that seemed to help him actually more than hinder him. And he made Harry Flatters go full stretch to even get close to it, but it was far wide of that far post. Chesterfield are 2-0 upon Doncaster Rovers. Paddy Madden has scored from the spot. Back now with Flatters, who will look to get on the right-hand side where the space opened up a bit, but Silva headed it away. Tinker called for it though, and it is now back with Ijupi. Into midfield it goes, and Deakin's following Ijupi to move into central midfield. Back it goes to Ball, he looks to send the ball forward. He's looking for Ancliffe. It's a good pass. Ancliffe gets it close to the byline. Back it goes to Savage, putting across in far post, evades everyone, and then Charlesworth almost put it in his own goal. It's a corner kick. I don't think he expected Eagledon to get the touch on it. Corner kick for Garforth. See what the Miners can come up with. Right-footed ball in, looped and head away on the line, goes to the edge of the area. Overhead kick from Garforth that loops well over. That would have been a spectacular one if it had come off. It was Jordan Emery trying the mad one. Didn't happen for him in the end though. Stocksbridge are still looking for their first clean sheet in the Northern Premier League East. They got the first one against Widnes in the trophy, and they got another one against Kiverton Miners Welfare. This would only be their third of the season. Something that has hurt Stocksbridge earlier on in the year. The ball goes long. Here, headed away by Barkway, and then knocked on by Marshall. Eagledon heads it up towards the left, and Tinker will head it back for Townsend. You have to run to go get it, but it's well done by Tinker, who the hour mark has now been hit in this game. He will now send it long, Townsend, from that right hand side, and wrestled down was Aslam, but nothing will be given for that, and it will be a throw-in. Referee deciding that between Twiddle and Haslam was a 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Twiddle throws it back now to Viggers, who will have to go back now to Flatters, and then shot back to Viggers. Hardwick blocking off a few of the passing lanes. And Viggers will send it long. It's going to fall short, and Silva wins it. Takes it down. Silva goes forward. Silva, who's been full of confidence today. Silva, but then he loses it on that occasion with Barkway just about keeping it in, and he does get it to Savage, who gets beyond Deakin, but then it goes outplayed. It will be Stockbridge's throw.
Come on, Steels, wake up a bit!
Back for Tinker now, and he will have this throw in. Throws it towards Silva, who chests it down out to the left to Deakin. No options in the middle really. Deakin's still going to put the cross in, headed away. Fight for it at the end of the area that Coupland wins. Back to Flatters, who slices a clearance up in the air. And Turner will win the header, heads it forward. Headed away though back into midfield, and Coupland launches it away. Eagledon's having to track to it, and he'll pass it back to Townsend, who boots that one away. Gets it to Turner, and he tries to get into midfield, and eventually Tinker just comes and boots that one and sweeps it away, because it looked like Coupland might have been able to get on for that one. We are going to see another substitution for Garforth, and it's going to be James Burgess coming on. He's going to replace Charlie Marshall.
14, James Burgess.
So this is Garforth looking for their way back into this game, and James Burgess is quite a big lad. I'm sure he's going to put himself forward as he heads into that left wing centre forward role, it looks like. Leicester City were 2-0 down. They're now 2-2 against Arsenal. James Justin has equalised. That's twice in 2 weeks. Arsenal have been 2-0 up and then lost it. Stockbridge have sent their substitutions to warm up, so we might see a change for the Steels in the next 5 or 10. Tweddle with the throw now. Big launch throwing from Tweddle. Oh, he headed back into the area, but then Turner back clears that one away. Only going to go back to that left-hand side, loop back in. A good header by Owen, but only to the edge of the area. Shot taken, and then it's going to skew out wide and be a goal kick. So Stockbridge managed to get away with that bit of pressure. 63 minutes gone. Back now with Townsend for this goal kick. Oh, some goals to tell you about. Lamin Manners doubled Carlton's lead. So they're 2-0 up on Pontefract College, and North Ferriby were 1-0 behind. They're now 2-0 up. An own goal from Consett, and then Josh Whiteley scored from the spot. A bit of a nightmare for Consett's defence, really. As the ball's going to go back to Flatters after a ball put forward from the Steels. Loop ball forward, headed away by Tinker, goes back to Juppy, then forward. Owen gets a foot onto it, gets it forward to Turner, Turner will look for Haslam. He looks to move on the inside. There is a handball. Then he's knocked down. It will be and it is a free kick to Garforth for that initial handball, which was going to be quickly taken, but because it's well off where it happened, it will be redone. And now it was well off when it was taken, but they've sliced the ball and given it back to Silver. So Silver will come forward. It gives it over to Deakin on the left. Deakin takes it slow into the middle to Turner. Turner will come forward with it. Has to move sideways in the end. Back to Tinker. Tinker knocks it forward though, and actually Deakin might make it out of this one, but it's going to be covered well by Savage. Back into defence where it's cleared away. Makes it all the way to Coupland. Lays it off now for Ancliffe. Forward it goes, looking for that run of Tweddle, but it's now going to be intercepted by Eggleton and back to Townsend, and now away to Tinker. Tinker got his clearance blocked though. It will be out for a Stocksbridge throw. So back with Tinker now. Thrown forward, Hardwick heads it on. O'Connor wins it on the left, but he gets it caught under his feet, which allowed Barclay to come in and dispossess him. Knocked away to Savage, back into midfield and back to Savage. Savage trying to get past Silver. He does do so though, and then switches it over to the left-hand side with Emery, who knocks it long. And Charlesworth should read that well, and he will do so, and he's going to look to just allow that to go out of play. Will be a Stocksbridge throw. 65 minutes gone in this game, 2-0 to the Steels. They'll look to hold on to this lead and get another vital 3 points. Ball goes long to Hardwick, looks control and then sends it forward. Silver brings it down really well, but then he got 2 men around him, and he's trying to still get on. He's only shirt pulled a bit, and he is going to get a free kick for that. Wanted to take it quickly, Stocksbridge, but not going to be allowed to. Grimsby Borough 3-0 up on Brighouse. Adam Drury the scorer. Over to Owen now. He's going to clip it forward. Intercepted in the end by Savage, and O'Connor got it forward but then cleared away, and it will go out for a throw-in on the left wing for Stocksbridge. Good touch by Lemon on the bench there, bringing it down. Lemon made his first start for the Steels since coming back from his breakaway on Tuesday night in Kiverton Miners Welfare. Looked impressive as well. Silver just with a touch now, and he's going to lose the ball fairly simply, and then Silver's trip to Dupuy as he was coming away with it will be a free kick to the Miners. Rotherham United have equalised against Shrewsbury Town. Johnson Clark Harris, the scorer from the spot. Flatters will send this ball along. He is looking for Burgess, and he gets the header on and he goes into the box, but Townsend's quickest to it. And he has the ball. Looks like we will see a Stocksbridge substitute soon. It'll be Oliver Grejlak coming on. As the ball goes long and Hardwick heads it on. Goes now to Silver, but it's cleared away from him, and it's going to go all the way back, but looks like there was a foul from Stocksbridge in the meantime. It's a physical from Hardwick, and it will be Garforth on the free kick. And Emery has moved back into a defensive role, Emery, with Burgess up front. Viggers going forward, but then Stocksbridge getting penalised. Eggleton getting penalised for a push in the back on Burgess. Garforth have a dangerous looking free kick here that the Steels will have to deal with. There will be a substitute before this free kick can be taken. And it's Oliver Grejlak, who scored on Tuesday night against Kiverton Miners Welfare, getting the start in that game. And it's Zhao Silva who will be making way. Got a really good game there, Silva, looked really confident, but he won't finish it today, and instead Oliver Grejlak will replace it for him. It shows you how international the Steels are when a Polish-born lad is coming on for a Portuguese-born lad. Don't think that's happened before for Stocksbridge. Especially when you think back in the day, it was anyone who was in a few miles radius of the ground, and anyone who worked down there in the steelworks. Free kick is headed away, and Deacon's onto it first. Regelak takes still the place on the left wing, and he's going to take his first touch, looks to switch it, but it's blocked. Goes to midfield, and Hardwick wins it. He has to give it all the way back to Townsend, and he will left-footed send it forward. Looking for O'Connor, but ball wins a header, gets it over to Tweddle on the left, and he's trying to get past Charles up, but he has to just return it to Emery, who sends it long, looking for Burgess, who heads it on well, looking for Coupland. Coupland first onto it, come together in the box. It's nothing's given despite some appeals for a penalty. Stocksbridge just about clear away. Going to be a throw-in close to the corner flag. But we're seeing Garforth come more and more forward now, and showing that they have got something to show. It will be a long throw from Emery. High lofted throw, looking for the near post. Owen just about gets away, but it's in the 6-yard area and then cleared away by Regelak. Haslam pressing for it, but it is going to be Garforth back onto the ball. This is going to be the next 20 minutes of our life, I think. Just Garforth pressure. There's Ball's coming forward with it. Clip ball forward, and then Coupland will give it back to Ball. Taking the touch, taking his time with it. Looks to get out to left-hand side, not a great one, and Charles onto it. And Charles will quickly look to find Regelak, and Regelak doesn't come away with it. Deacon trying to fight for it, appeals for a free kick, not given, and Garforth will send it forward. Touch on Burgess looking for Coupland. Charles though got a tackle onto it, and it loops highly, and Haslam will head it away, and Hardwick heads it into the air, but then it's Garforth winning it back, and Stocksbridge aren't winning the second balls at the moment, as it's Burgess on it on that left wing, and he's trying to go forward, does go forward. Eagledon's following him, Burgess gives him a little bit of the shoulder. Burgess into the corner flag really, tries to put the cross in, blocked, and Eagledon looks to keep in, but it won't. It will be a corner kick. Consett had equalised against North Ferriby, Will Shaw scoring, but then North Ferriby took the lead again. Jack Walters just a minute later, 3-2 to North Ferriby. Well, it looks like Butterworth might be the next man on. Here comes the cross in and flicked on towards the near post, and it will go out for a goal kick. You could tell that was a bit of a routine that Garforth had cooked up. It just didn't pay off. "71 minutes gone in this game. Steel's 2-0 up at the moment. Back with Townsend now. As he will head back into his area, taking his time with it. As you can imagine, it's one of the things that you love it when it's your own keeper, you hate it when it's someone else's. And it's cleared away, but Garforth have got the ball back. Stocksbridge aren't winning that midfield back at the moment, but Haslam just charged down a clearance, but he's back with Garforth, and a little faint void, but then Deacon nips in, and then Garforth get it back and clear it away. Ian Richards screaming for a free kick. I'm not telling you what sure for though. As it's cleared away, and Hardwick comes off his back, but then Garforth have it back in defence, and back it goes to Flatters. Flatters will be happy with that because it does just tick that clock a bit further off. Sends it long, looking for Burgess. He takes a good touch here, Burgess, but he can't find Savage with it, and it will be Stocksbridge's throw. Emily are now 3-0 on Bishop Auckland. Amir Birchall has scored. Howard just got the ball forward to Regelak, and Regelak having to evade a lot of trouble. Gets it over to O'Connor. Misses his first touch, but does get it to Turner in the end. Now over to Charlesworth on the right. Trying to get it beyond his man, but well in from Tweddle, and it's going to go for a Garforth throw. Quickly taken by Emily in his throw-in. Down the line looking for Burgess, but Eagledon looks to have that covered, and he will just boot that one out for a throw-in to Garforth. Out on this left-hand side now, Emery coming over, and it's going to be the long throw. Big long throw from Emery as we expected. into the 6-yard area. Turner, first touch, second touch, gets it away. Going to be another long throw on that left-hand side. Big long throw going in. Owen heads it away, and then Rejlak clears it out, but quickly returned by Savage to the left wing. Emery is dispossessed, and now it's Deakin. Deakin sends it long, looking for the runner, Haslam. Haslam gets the first touch not right and covered by Ajupi. Haslam thinks he's dispossessed Ajupi, but the referee adjudges it to be a foul. It's going to be a free kick to Garforth. So now back to Ajupi on that right-hand side. Trying to get it forward, but it is going to be a throw-in. Stocksbridge get it back. And it looks like we are going to see another Garforth sub, the third sub of the day. So final, well no, it's not final anymore. Don't forget, we have 5 subs now. So Steve Jeff comes on for Matt Savage. Garforth throwing players on as they look to continue the pressure they've got on. They've controlled the ball really well for the last 10 minutes. Ball goes forward, head away, and then Hardwick challenge for it, but then goes to Cooper, but then Haslam comes away with it, trying to go through himself, and then he gets tackled, fair tackle from Barkway. Still trying to fight for it, the Steels, and Hardwick tackles him, good tackle. Rejlak comes in for it, cleared away, comes off the referee, and it should be. I'm interested because he's saying it's going to be Garforth's, but it was going to go right to a Stocksbridge player, and Abdul Hakimi has really given one to Garforth on that one, because it was going to go to a Stocksbridge player, that pass, and he's blocked it and now giving it back to Garforth. Hence the anger from the fans. That was a bit of a poor one, that one. Ball goes to the right-hand side for Garforth. Little back heel from Tweddle, gets it down the line towards Ijupi, but then he cleared away. Tinker's getting wrestled around, and then a free kick will be given for that. 76 minutes gone in this game, range 2-0. Stocksbridge looking to hold on. And it will be a substitute. It's actually going to be Dan Hernandez, the next man to come on. Got his first Steels goal on Tuesday night. It's called the opener. And he looks like he's going to replace Danny Deakin. So that extra pace is going to be put onto the wing with Rejlak moving into central midfield.
Steels substitution, replacing number 7, Danny Deakin. 17, Dan Hernandez.
That's Hernandez on for Deakin. Abdul Hakimi's in a bit of a shouting thing with Ben Townsend now. I think Abdul Hakimi may have lost his temper a bit. It's not even been that sort of game either, so right-footed sending the ball forward, looking for Hernandez. Good header away though by Viggers. Loops into the air, Viggleden heads it forward. Turner wins the 50-50. Rejlak looks to slip it through, goes to Hardwick. Looks to slip through Hernandez, pass a bit off target but cleared away. Goes to Hardwick, who gets it out onto the right wing. Got some space. Hardwick putting the cross in, looking for the near post. Cleared away by Viggers. Hardwick will allow it to bounce and he controls it. He's got his back to Jeff here. And he's got the option on with Rejlak. Looks to find Rejlak, finds him, puts the ball in, but it's Viggers on that near post again who clears it away. Owen gets somewhat a header onto it, only goes behind him. Tinker fights for it and clears it away. Haslam moves here on the left wing, Hernandez on the right after that substitution. Good touch by Haslam, sends it forward, but cleared away. Looking for Hernandez, who's actually centre forward at the moment with Hardwick on the right. And then it's Garforth got back on the ball. Jeff comes forward with it, gets it to this left-hand side, and it's going to be Ancliffe trying to get beyond Charles. Ancliffe's done really well. It's a good cross in. Looks for Burgess. Townsend gets a punch onto it. It's not a great one. Goes to Tweddle. Moves in. Cleared away by Turner. Goes to the edge. Here comes a shot drill. Blocked. Burgess gets it back on the right. Burgess puts the cross in. Looking for the far post. It's a poor cross in the end. And that's the weakest the Steels have looked at the back. But Garforth were unable to punish. 78 minutes gone. 12 plus whatever added time we get. Remains 2-0 here, and oh, it's going to be, even though it's over 2-0, it's still going to feel nerve because we know Garforth are capable of this. Bridlington are 2-0 up on Sheffield, Michael Coulson the scorer there, and Emery are 4-0 up away at Bishop Auckland. Amir Birchall, the man who's netted. So we have a throw on the halfway line. Charlesworth taking his time with it, as you might expect. Again, it's the thing, something you love when it's your team, you hate it when it's the opposite team. Well thrown on, headed on, and Hernandez looks to win it off Jeff, and it looks like he has done. Looks to keep it in at that corner flag area. Back it goes to O'Connor, who loops across in. Haslam miscues his volley, but it ends up going back to Hernandez, who leaves it because he was going to be offside. O'Connor gets the cross back in. Haslam's way to the far post, takes a shot. Haslam scores. It's his second of the game. It's 3-0, and surely that's the 3 points. It was. Jack Haslam, to be honest, it's not a happy one for Harry Latters, who's let it go underneath his legs, through his legs, to be honest. And that means it is 3-0, and I think that's the nerves over. The Steels have most likely won this one here. Then again, Garforth were 3-0 behind last week and came back, though they did have a bit more time and a man advantage. So maybe it is. The reserves have been pegged back by Jubilee. It's 2-1 there, yeah, down at the Social Club. Butterworth is about to come on for Stocksbridge.
Substitution, replacement 9.
Alex Hardwick coming off. Butterworth coming on. What I want to praise during that was the intelligence of a young Dan Hernandez, who was in an offside position. Sorry, we'll just stop for a minute because Garforth are on the attack. Tweddle's trying to attack, but then it's good defending Owen. Dan Hernandez was in an offside position. The ball looped in a perfect place for him, but he was smart enough to realise I'm offside, left it. Alex O'Connor got onto it, put that ball in, which looped for Haslam, and he got the finish. Without the intelligence of Dan Hernandez, that goal does not happen. Takes the ball on it. Back it goes to Jeff. He's going to loop ball into the box, but Townsend will claim it. 81 minutes gone in the game. 3-0 to the Steels. Allcroft, amazing. It's worth having to work if this is the result.
Clean sheet now, Stocky!
And Townsend sending the ball long. Hernandez wins the header. Haslam will look to get on the end. Haslam's looking for the hat-trick. We mentioned, but it is knocked out for a throw-in. We mentioned the last hat-trick came in 2022. Luke Mangum's against Lincoln United. 4-3 win that day. Jack Haslam will look to see if he can replicate that in the last 10 minutes. Charlesworth throws it to Butterworth, who gets his first touch, and back to Charlesworth. Hasn't really got any options. He'll go back to O'Connor, force further back, turns and goes down the right-hand side. He looks to continue down the right, but it's blocked, and then back in the middle to Butterworth, but that is dispossessed, and here comes a counter from Garforth, but Butterworth is tracking it, and then it's sent out now to Tweddle, who's on the right wing at the moment. And he's going to continue to go forward. Turner trying to get a foot in, and Tweddle gets through 2 men, gets it now to a Juppie, who comes forward. He gets past Tinker, puts across into the middle, behind everyone, but rescued by Ancliffe, back to Coupland. Back now to Ball, thinking of the shot, takes a shot, blocked by Butterworth, it loops into the box. The offside flag is up anyway, and it will be a free kick to Stocksbridge. 83 minutes gone, 3-0 to the Steels. So it's a 3-0 to Leeds United. Joel Perros going against the Sky Blues. Sheffield FC have got one back against Bridlington. Rory Coleman has scored from the spot. Cleethorpes have got one back against Dunstan. Josh Walker has scored. Belper are back in the league against Ossett United. Harrison Poulton the scorer, and Liversidge are 4-0 upon Newton Aycliffe. Junaid Ossett Davey the scorer. Plenty of goals going in as we get towards the end of these matches. Back through the left-hand side. Right, and it's going to be blocked, and it's going out for Garforth throw. They're on the attack again. Trying to see if they can cause any drama at this late stage. Ball is thrown into the middle to Barkway. Trying to get it out to the left-hand side. Does do so. Stockbridge still have to be honest in the defending. Loop ball into the box. Owen heads it away. Butterworth looks to be the first onto it. He fights for it and he wins that fight. Butterworth continues forward. Lays it off for Rejlak. Tries to show for Haslam, but Haslam was offside, so it's probably good that didn't make it. But Vickers continues with the ball. Gets it to the right, and he's going to put it back into the middle for Ijupi. Now outside to ball. Over to the left to Emery. Takes a shot, blocked by Charlesworth, and out it goes. Eventually, bounced the line a few times, but eventually it goes out for a throw-in. So here comes the ball into the box from Garforth, but off that throw, but Townsend claims it well. 85 gone now. We get closer and closer to the end of this match. 3-0 to the Steels, who will be very, very happy with their performance today should it continue like this. Ball goes long, but it is being lost, and actually there is a Stocksbridge player down. I think it's Jack Haslam who is down, and that would be a big blow for the Steels. Steels want a game stopping, but it's not going to. Garforth trying to get the attack, but then the poor pass goes out, and Haslam is sitting up, thankfully. Tadcaster are leading 1-0 against Penistone Church, and that's in the Northern Counties. And Stocksbridge Park Steels reserves are 3-1 up. Cole Thorpe, the goal scorer. So back now with Tinker, who knocks it on, and then Butterworth heads it on, but good header away by Barkway. Tweddle tries to keep it in, but it goes out for a Stockbridge throw. There could have been a free kick. Butterworth did give Tweddle a little bit of a shove. That's Butterworth, the definition of a combative midfielder. Back for Tinker. Tinker launched it downfield, and Rejlak looks to turn. He jumps the ball past him, but it's cleared away. It's actually might go into the box, that clearance. It's headed away on the edge of the area. And then eventually Garforth, it's not a great clearance, turning gets onto it. First to Hernandez now. Hernandez escapes a few challenges. Back to O'Connor, who clips it over the top. Finds Rejlak. Rejlak sends it back in the middle, headed away for it, can get to Haslam, and then it is Jeff who heads it out for a throw in on the right-hand side. Haslam, every time the ball goes near him, he's thinking hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. So it's on that right-hand side now. So it is into the middle, and it is cleared away. But Stockbridge have it back. O'Connor gets it out to Charlesworth again on the right. Puts the ball forward. Finds Haslam, and the offside flag is up, so that stops that attack. Dale Pearson has restored the 2-goal advantage for Dunstan. They're now 3-1 up on Cleethorpes. Dale Pearson is the man who's done that. And Isaac Walker has equalised for Consett. That's 3-3 between North Ferriby and Consett. Ball goes to Rejlak. In the middle to Turner. And he does get it out to Hernandez. Hernandez finds the overlap with Charlesworth, but a good sliding tackle in from Ancliffe stops him going any further forward. So it's going to be 5 minutes of added time here.
Referees indicate there will be a minimum of 5 minutes added time.
So ball's just on the right now, and Hernandez is looking to beat Ancliffe, but the cross is no, it didn't go out actually. I thought it had gone out, but it ended up looping back to Flatters, and they'll quickly get the ball out, but Turner almost intercepts it, goes all the way through to Emery, switch back to an advanced roll. He holds the ball up well, and Back it goes, but then Hernandez will get done for the rugby tackle shoulder barge. Looks like a rugby player sometimes plays like a rugby player. And it was a free kick for the away side, just inside Stocksbridge on that left wing. Right footed ball, looking to switch play. Headed on into the area. Burgess looks to turn, he miscues his volley. And Townsend will just take that before it goes out and then pick it up as Burgess comes to try and keep him a bit more honest.
Get the clean sheet, Stocky!
Back now with Townsend. Right footed ball going forward. Hernandez can't really track it, it's headed away by Jeff, but only to turn, who gets it to Butterworth. Controls it well. Back now to Charlesworth, who sends it forward. Hernandez is going to look to challenge for it, but headed away by Jeff. And then collected by Coupland, who looks to be over on Butterworth, but Butterworth fighting for it, and it does go out for a Stocksbridge throw. No, the referee's disagreeing, and the referee is going to overrule the linesman. Burgess is going to head it on, and Owen clears it out. Oh, and then headed right back by Barkway, but goes to midfield for Turner. Turner sent one on the top for Rejlak to fight for, but headed back into defence by a Juppy, and then the clearance is blocked, and back to Turner now, who sends it out to O'Connor, touches it on to Rejlak. Rejlak gets beyond his man, he's into the box here, but well read his run by Barkway, and out for a corner. Actually, it's not going to be a throw-in, I do apologise. And see our last substitute of the game, Alex Phillipson will come on for a cameo role towards the end of this game. Right, Brighouse are down to 10 men against Grimsby Boy. Joshua Grant has been sent off. So Tinker throws it, tries to get into the box, but it's blocked and cleared out. Be another throw-in. It will be a substitution, as Jack Haslam will not get his hat-trick today. He's heading off and to be replaced by Alex Phillipson as the team steals. Just look to see this one out. Actually, Phillipson has gone in that centre-forward role. Maybe Phillipson's looking for a goal himself. And it will, the throw-in was touched on by jumping out for a corner kick. We are about a minute and 30 into added time, according by my clock anyway. As unreliable as, what's the opposite of the Swiss? If they still have plenty of threats up, they're going to look to try and see if they can make this 4. Here comes the ball into the box. Owen can't get onto the head away before it can get to him. Goes to Rejlak. Can't get it. He misses his volley completely, but he gets it back at the second touch. Lays out to Phillipson on the right. Back it goes to Rejlak. Puts it in the middle. Owen misses his touch and it's cleared away, and then properly cleared away. It's touch on by Ancliffe, who sends it back onto this left-hand side, and next the ball comes forward, and then well read by the slide challenge of Charles and out for a throw-in. 2.5 minutes gone of added time. Throwing launch down the field, and then blocked though by Charles, out for another throw-in. So on this left-hand side again, and Emery will do a long throw. Big long throw going in. Owen heads it away, and Butterworth will read, and there's a counter opportunity. Long ball forward. Hernandez looks to get onto it. If he gets the touch right, it just bounces a bit unfavourably, and that allows some of the defenders to get back, and then it was a Juppy got in the way, and the foul is given Garforth's way. Ball goes down towards Burgess. Headed behind by Tinker. Biggleton has to read it and knock it out. It'll be another throw-in. 3 minutes and 20 gone of added time. Well, that tackled, and then Butterworth will get it, and then over to Turner, who will carry it forward. Looking for Hernandez, but it's a poor pass, and Viggers reads it and back to Flatters.
And as the crowd slowly drift away.
and those Dislow fans who don't stay to the 90th minute. As We have a bit of fun with some of our fans. Yeah, we have so much traffic that leaves this ground. Another throw. And that's why you have a drink in the bar afterwards. Goes in, cross goes in, head away by Charlesworth, and O'Connor heads away. Big volley goes in from Juppie, but well wide in the end. Would have been wrong, because that goal, if it had gone in, would have only been met my polite applause, and it wouldn't have deserved it if it hadn't made its way in. 4.5 minutes gone of added time, and almost on the way to another win. Stocksbridge will complete an unbeaten September after this, which will be very impressive. Butter and Hernandez just went into each other, but Turner gets the ball and sends it downfield. Phillipson is, by the way, playing centre forward. He is actually doing that. As the ball is with Viggers in defence, and then back it will go to Flatters now. Takes his time with it before sending the ball forward. Headed on, but Tinkle going, and it's going to be a free kick to Garforth. It'll probably be the last act of this game as we are beyond the 5 minutes. Ball going to be put into the box, headed into the 6-yard area. Turner heads away, back to Ancliffe, puts it back to the edge of the box, takes a shot, goes across the goal mouth, and will be over to the right hand side. And then out of play for a goal kick before Tweddle can rescue it. And that will be it. The Steels are 3-0. All the goals coming in the second half. Alex Harvey with a great snapshot after holding up the ball really well. Then Jack Haslam with a speculative cross-gun shot that made its way into the near post before Haslam finished the game off with a contest when his close-range shot went through the legs of Flatters. It's 3-0 here to the Steels. Another big win for them as before they head to, well, they host Bridlington Town next Saturday. That's when we'll next be there commentating on that one. Thank you very much for everyone who has been listening today. I look forward to seeing you next Saturday again in that match against Bridlington. Thank you very much to Garforth Town for everyone who's travelled and your hospitality today. Well, the away hospitality you've got when you've come here. Well, thank you very much for all that, and we will see you on Saturday. Goodbye and good night.